Go on.
last night, grabbed himself a steak, ordered it medium rare. It arrived where some of it was indeed medium.
Go on, Ali. Let's get to the point.
Part of it was medium, and the other part was rare. But I wouldn't say the entire steak was medium rare. It was it moved its way back to the kitchen for a little bit of anyway.
There it is, everybody. Though that was really a wonderful review of the steak. Thank you for that, Ali. We see Zhang Yu is all in. And for Roland, in the face of the 5.75 BP jam, he's intrigued in the small with King 9 off, but is it enough, Ali?
Only Roland knows the answer for now. You know, the larger stack is a responsibility of sorts.
It's a touch close. We're dominating sometimes. We just have the best hand in terms of card rank, but it feels maybe a little bit thin. Close, though. He does jam to... Oh, and we have a snap from Tobias.
Yes, we do.
A huge spot here.
So suddenly, the prospects of perhaps, dare I say, another double elimination are upon us. Granted, Rokita does not have the best of it, but he does have both parties covered, as 3-6-5 is in the main, 3-5 is on the side.
Will the theme of double eliminations continue?
And you have contact lenses now? Nothing?
Not long from now, we'll have our answer.
Okay.
To the flop we go. King 7-3. It is top pair.
Tobias, indeed, it is top pair, though.
The covering stack in the lead right now. 47%. Schwecht working the clubs. They fail to arrive on the turn.
This really has been the theme the last
they come in twos.
So you don't see double knockouts. It felt preordained from the gods. Good games, gentlemen. Wow. Just like that, Ali.
So then in terms of payouts, Nick, given that Yu Xiangyu entered this particular pot with fewer chips than Tobias, he will claim the 9th place payout. Schwecht will be left with 8th, but both 94,500 and 113,000 respectively have found their homes, and in very short order, the remainder of this FT has 154 on lockup.
Indeed they do. Ace-10 suited for Demir, time bank.
Playing 3 million.
12 bigs, Ali. Hijack. Do we min? Do we put in a large amount of our chips? These are the questions Demir is asking himself.
Presume that the answer is not clear-cut.
It's a little bit close. It's sort of a cozy min, but 12 bigs is 12 bigs. And as is often the case in these tournaments, stack sizes that feel so sort of get-it-in oriented in different junctures, now that's your whole world. He does jam. See if he gets it through, Ali.
Oh, 10s have surfaced once more, and they're performing very well against an ace-10. Zhu Gralin at risk, a hand removed from the double knockout.
I guess I should know my race soulmate.
6.15 million chip pot. Bad stands to be the beneficiary if his 10s can hold. D-miking perhaps prematurely.
That was a premature D-mic. This is a very emotional spot for Demir. We can understand why. Huge spot for him. He has the club working in the form of the backdoor, but it's dire straits as it stands.
Would have loved to have seen the kings coupled with an overcard to the 10 for counterfeit prospects.
For Demir, indeed. Now he is D-miking.
Ace would have done it instead.
Good game, sir.
In comes the jack, and they are simply dropping like flies
What
here.
a run they really are. To lose 3 this quickly is Surprising.
Yeah. So Sturm all in the small blind here. 𝐿𝐽, King Jack suited. Not a 3-bet, just an open to $500,000. Perhaps the system thrown off by the all-in of Sturm in the small, but we know what's going on out there. Rokita defending with the Queen 5 suited. Most of the action will be on the side, which is active. 950K strong between Rokita and Lee. Ace-7-6. Sturm has got
Go on, Leon.
the best hand in the main right now. Meanwhile, 𝐾𝐨𝐽 checked over to him. Best hand on the side.
Lovely for Leon to share the jack with 𝐾𝐨𝐽.
So then, out of the way goes Roland. And Sturm in a great way to haul in 325,000, which, by the way, is a tremendous number of chips when you began the pot with just a quarter in front of you. Jack on the turn. 𝐾𝐨𝐽 could now counterfeit the Jack-7 with an ace or
Oh,
best it with the king.
ace.
And that is...
Very good game to you, Mr. Sturm.
It's a brutal run out, isn't it? Okay.
Hats off to the young German as the top 4.
Snowman for our new chip leader.
800. 800.
Going to work.
Blinds are 2-4, right?
Oh, an ace-queen suited for Zubov.
It does appear it's likely getting all in pre-Ollie. This will be a massive flip if it does.
In spite of the presence of those shorter stacks
Even
out
in
there?
spite of those 8-8 ace-queen suited, so much hand button BB. This is a mandatory raise for Zubov, and for Roland, again, 8-8 in the face of the jam. We keep an eye on the small pairs. Stuff like this lurks. Roland doesn't love it.
No, it's a deeply uncomfortable amount for the 8s to have to call.
24 bigs is deeply uncomfortable. I agree with you. But I think he just has to do it. Although, you're right. It's close, for sure.
2 bigs, we can simply walk away unscathed, but those 9.5 million, far more impactful, especially when we presume that best case scenario, we must see 5
The
against
best
2
case
overs.
scenario is that Zubov has 3s, 4s, or deuces.
Are those there?
I believe they're there sometimes. Sometimes the way these go is the low ones are there. The middly aren't always as far as the pairs. It's kind of the low ones, the overs, and then even some of the high-low ace-x suited. Here, perhaps all pairs are just in.
Even the big aces, kings, queens react this manner?
No, those
Maybe
are
not,
going
right?
for a smaller raise pre. Does make the call. Good luck, gentlemen. This is a massive flip in regards to equity. Or EV, rather. He's letting his rail know, Ollie.
20 million, roughly, in the middle here. And of course, Looking on with great interest are 𝐼𝐴𝐻 and 𝐠⁴𝐺𝐻𝐸 as that 80K pay jump could be realized. If the 8s hold, and an 8 in the window, awful news on this spadeless texture for 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐫, who came in the massive and overwhelming chip leader, and it is all unraveling in a hurry. He could draw dead on this turn.
Great run.
Does exactly that. GG's. But obviously, the statements that were made en route to the chip lead coming into this final table by the 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐫 going to reverberate throughout Jeju.
Reverberations indeed. She's got the shades on a little.
You've kind of observed that I am a boundlessly self-indulgent human being, and this was an example of that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It was for me more than anything.
Actually traveled a bit with Ali this time for the first time. You know, around the world. It was a harrowing experience.
Listen, you might have
And
gone to the
for
wrong
Roland.
airport in
And
Seoul
for
were it not for
Nikita,
me.
a little bit of a decision. He knows Roland is coming through with all sorts of cards, but yet still ace-5. And if he folds, sometimes Lee gets it in, or 𝐼𝐴𝐳𝐵𝐵 for that matter.
Yeah, you have 5, right?
3, 4.
Yeah.
4.8 after pull.
Another one of these spots that Mikita's not asking to be put into. Obviously, we know he can rise to all challenges.
3 million.
And he does do it.
3 bets, 100K save.
And 𝐾𝐨 and 𝐼𝐴𝐳𝐵𝐵 will be delighted to see that he's dominated. See if he can get there, Ali. Perhaps
Yeah.
chop.
Really has been an unpleasant affair for the most part for Mikita. Did find a modest double, but here he is in a very bad way. 7.5 million in the middle. Can the Belarusian stave off elimination once more? Dominated
Go
and
ahead,
finds
Nikita.
the 5.
Can't get rid of him.
Well, let's not speak too soon.
True.
Spades are in Rokita's corner. 7-8 would be disastrous. So would a 9. Oh my.
It is just the stone cold 9.
Note the lack of any premature celebratory posturing from Bads. Been down these paths before, a nasty turn, and can't find the needed 5 on the
GG,
end.
Nikita.
As the road finally comes to an end, deep levels of resiliency on display out of Mikita Badziakouski. Gave it all he had, Nick. Worked with what the deck gave him to
He
great
always
effect.
does, Ali.
But in the end, can do no better.
𝐾𝐨 appears to be joking in that it doesn't seem like they're playing like they're friends. That
No.
what I gathered from that.
It's interesting for 𝐼𝐴𝐳𝐵𝐵. He goes for just raise.
Yeah, I wonder, can he open jam that, or is that just too irresponsible with the 1.1 big blind
I was
stack?
thinking maybe open jam is preferred, although
Yeah.
not entirely clear. And for 𝐾𝐨, it would appear he's priced in with 2 bigs.
Yeah, you can't get carried away with that there, but it seems like hands like this really should perform well as open jams.
I kind of like to just defend.
Ooh.
Go on, 𝐾𝐨.
It's trapping with his 8.
Interesting. He is trapping.
In this particular instance would not have mattered, but trying to get maybe a hand like King 3 to Queen 3 to fire it in.
I suppose.
Well, he's not really going to have those hands, right?
Or maybe he was just kind of happy to check down
Yeah.
and occasionally. Here we are. He finds himself in a great situation. That is
Ooh.
not the one, Brian.
That's a brutal card for 𝐃𝐨𝐵𝐿.
Can I squeeze? 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 No?
Let the man squeeze one time. Very good game to you, sir. 𝐃𝐨𝐵𝐿 eliminated in third. He'll take home $439,000 for his efforts.
I know that we both will play heads up.
And just like that, we're heads
Ready,
up.
right?
𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐞. Just saw 𝐦𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐞 down there. Ducks for 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐞. Nines for Roland, by the way. I got fixated on the ducks, and I missed the Ninas of Mr. Rokita.
Well, the pair versus pair for
He does put
15
it in.
blinds. This is,
Roland finds himself as a 4-1 favorite for the title, Brian.
and this is even more commanding from a probability standpoint. Instead of 2-1, 4-1.
Sam, could you please go from here? Go from here.
He did it again, Brian. Did you see that? How he asked for Sam to get away from here? I like that. Get him out of here. Put him in the bathroom.
Ace. Or sweat.
Very nice flop for Roland, even 2 hearts. The two battled. There was back and forth. It's all down to 1 card.
GG.
Oh, a great feeling. I mean, it's very good sportsmanship there by the 2 competitors, but I mean, I think they're in the same crew, and that crew has won, what, the first 2 tournaments now?